we're here now. Second round. Let's go. All right, this round we have Dr. Preagor's. Am I saying that correctly? That's how I've always said it.
There's a B in it, actually.
No, where is it? Preagor's? Dr. Preagor's Perfect Burger. He's so mean. And that's this one. And they look super juicy and fancy on here. Not as good. 365 Whole Foods meatless plant-based burger patties. All those words to just say a vegan burger, but that's fine. And then the Beyond Meat, which I don't have the package for. We didn't have the actual like hamburger patties. We had the like big old thing of meat. And I had to make my own patties, so they are a different shape than the other ones, which is fine. So let's start with Dr. Preagor's. Now we smelled them before we cooked everything. So now we're going to, and this also, Dr. Preagor's can be found anywhere, Publix, everywhere. They have all kinds of great stuff. So let's go. Okay.
Smells better cooked than it did.
Yeah.
Not much so.
Oh. I mean. Oh. Oh.
Alright, well, that's something else I put in my mouth.
Save that.
Yeah, this might be our least favorite entire round. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to move on to my bun one and hope that helps.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. Okay. All right, let's go to the bun.
Alright, so we're going to set it that way. Over here. Nope.
I mean, it's kind of thick, which is nice.
I'm going to see if ketchup saves it. Ketchup saves everything. Maybe.
We do everything.
Husband, do you want to come grab some? Here, you take this one. Husband, you want to try some? Wow. Wow.
After our glowing
I need to look at
recommendations.
this one.
I just watched everybody's facial expression, and I don't want to be part of that.
Alright, so
Maybe Boone
I'm
would
ready
like
to-
to try
And
it.
now
Drop the
see if
hammer.
ketchup saves it.
Mmm.
It's not saving it like it did with the other burger.
It's better.
Because there's ketchup concealing the flavor.
right.
Yeah, no.
Like
Good lord.
that's a good that's like a go-to of like this tastes like crap, let's put ketchup on it.
Right.
Oh.
That'd be
Wow.
Okay. I'll go first. I'll make poor Dr. Preagor cry first. I like other products by this brand. Their kale burgers are delicious. I do not like these. The smell, just by like before we cooked it, I gave it a 2. It smelled gross. The smell didn't get much better for me. I gave it like a 3, and that's probably being pretty generous. Texture was like between a 2 and a 3. I don't know, something about it just did not fit right in my mouth. The taste is between a 2 and a 3 as well. The taste once you put it on a bun maybe goes to possibly a 3, so I'm giving it a 2.5. I'm mean today. I bet David's is worse. Let's just see.
So I did a the smell before
Sorry
was
about
a
that.
2. It definitely has
Me too.
definitely a cat food smell to it. It just didn't.
Mm,
It reminded me of the Incognito.
yes, it does remind me of
Yeah.
that.
Smell after was a 3. The smell went down, wasn't as bad. So it went down. It had a little more of the grill smell to it. So I'll give it a 3. Texture was a 2. It was like crumbly rubber to me.
Yeah, it was something was off.
The initial taste was a 2. The aftertaste was a 3 because it didn't get worse.
I like that scoring.
And the bun got a 3, I think, because the bun kind of absorbed some of the flavor of it, so it's not as bad. But 3.
Yeah.
So it basically came out to basically like a solid 3 at the end.
Mine was like a 3, 3.5, somewhere in there as far as smell beforehand. It kind of had that little bit of Salisbury steak smell that the first one had, but less of it. I went to a 3 after because then it smelled like weird beans.
Oh.
And then the taste, I gave it a 2.
Okay.
As it tasted like weird. I don't even know what it tasted like. It was not good. The texture, I gave it a 1 because
Okay.
it was like a soggy, like it was like water was coming out of it in this weird sponge. Like,
it's like you're eating a sponge, like
Right.
like an edible sponge you
Right.
can bite into. Yeah, exactly.
And the aftertaste I gave a 3 again because it didn't get worse.
Right. It's like,
It just
that's bad.
stayed consistently bad. So
That's bad. Okay.
that would not be one that I would. And then the ketchup helped because it hid, and I put a lot of ketchup on mine. So.
You get a ketchup burger.
Right.
Alright.
So I gave it a 3, and the reason it scored as high for me is actually the before smell smelled just like those little frozen sausage biscuits that you get to make breakfast with. And after it was cooked, it smelled kind of the same. So my smell was 4.
Okay.
Everything else, not so much. The taste was 2 because I'm being generous.
Oh my god.
And the texture was a 2. This is not something that I would eat willingly,
Mm-hmm.
but in the event of a nuclear apocalypse, if it was the only thing I had, I would survive. But that's about it.
It's with burgers. If I go to a place and I'm like, we got no Preagors, it's like, fuck.
Right.
Yeah, fine. Just give me a lot of ketchup. I don't know.
Right.
And I just
I'll have a salad,
I
thank
just
you.
want to show how juicy they make it look on the box. Like that's some false advertising. But this is a gluten-free, no soy burger, pea protein, 230 calories, 13 grams of fat, no cholesterol, 8 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein, so it's on par with all the other ones we've tried. 70 milligrams of calcium, way lower than the other ones, and 115 milligrams of potassium, which is also way lower. What?
Interesting. So this actually has pureed sweet potato, butternut squash in it, and pureed
That may be
carrots.
where the watery came from.
That's
That
the water's
could
coming
be it.
from. That's what it is. Okay. Sorry.
That's interesting.
What is the difference
I've
with this one?
made a burger from sweet potatoes before, and it did taste like a burger, but it didn't taste like that either.
All right, let's move on to hopefully something better. Let's try the Whole Foods 365 meatless plant-based burger patties. They definitely have some new products out that are vegan. This does not, I mean, you're not going to fool anyone to me that doesn't look like meat.
The what it looks like to me is when I make a seitan burger.
Oh, yeah.
I made a few seitan burgers. It's has this very seitan look to it.
Oh my gosh, it actually tastes like that too a little bit.
Is there like a lot of paprika or something in this?
That one is different.
That tastes more like a black bean burger, and it smells like beans, so it tastes more like a bean burger to me.
I'm glad I
Interesting.
saved a 1.
Oh.
You like this less than the one we just had?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't taste like a burger, but it doesn't taste as bad as the last one to me. I'm sorry. I'm sure I know you just want to be close to me, and I keep stepping on you.
Okay, I got mine.
Oh my gosh, the aftertaste.
Yeah, I'm hoping the ketchup helps with that too.
Oh, that's the first one that's had a significant aftertaste to me, at least to me. Okay. Are you gonna say no to that one too, bud?
I mean, let's see what guy does.
Well, now you have 2 to choose from. This is the Dr. Preagor's and this is the Whole Foods, so up to you.
Look at they made the bread soggy, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Not as bad on the bun.
The ketchup doesn't help this one.
Oh!
I think the bun changes it for me.
I think it's because of that aftertaste. The ketchup doesn't affect the aftertaste.
To me, the bun takes away the aftertaste. Not take away, but subdues
Very
it to me.
spongy.
Oh man. Alright, I'll go first. I'm literally giving it the same overall score as the Dr. Preagor's. It's a 2.5 for me again. The smell beforehand wasn't so bad, so I'd say a 3. Oh my gosh. The smell afterwards, I do not like. It goes down for me, which I did not think was possible. The texture, hate it. Super hate it. Don't like the taste. The aftertaste, actually, oh my gosh, I might have done this too. I just, maybe it's a 2. Maybe it's a 2. I think it might be lower than the Dr. Preagor's. I think I'm on your path. Do not at all like this. Whole Foods, what the fuck? I bet this is probably our most expensive option too. What are you doing to us? I'm sorry, David. I'm very upset.
Mine wound up coming in less than the Dr. Prager's did too. I was 2 across the board except for texture. That got a 1. It tasted like a bean, like, you know what, when they used to make like black bean burgers before people realized they could taste good?
Yes.
That's what it is. It's before they realized, oh hey, we can actually add flavor.
Yes. Woo!
And it's got some odd spices in it, and it was also weirdly orange before we cooked it.
Yes.
It's got
It was
citrus
a,
fiber.
oh, that could be it. It did have
Citrus fiber's
an
weird.
interesting color to
Yeah.
it. The other ones at least tried to look meat-like, you know, they had like beet protein and stuff. This one was like orange brown, like so appetizing, guys.
Right. What's interesting about that is this is the one I've seen of all we've done so far that has citrus fiber and has fruit and vegetable juices for color. The other ones have this has actually apple in it. The other ones didn't have that. They would use beet for like a redness color, but not fruit and vegetable, and also the citrus fiber is really interesting.
It always gets me when it just says natural flavors. And you're like, what?
Yeah. It's
What
like
natural
hiding-
flavors?
Hiding the secrets.
All right, what's your score?
The smell before I gave it a 2. It had kind of a beanie smell to it, I think.
Yes, it did.
The smell after was a 3. The smell kind of goes away after it's cooked, which is good. Hopefully the next one does. You know, I'm not a fan. And so the texture I gave it a 2. It was just like a very loosely packed, poorly constructed seitan burger.
Yes.
Me. The taste was a 3. Tasted fine. The aftertaste was very bad.
Oh, it's so.
I can still taste it.
Yeah, it's so startling.
And on the bun it was a 3 because it took some aftertaste away.
Yeah. All right,
So probably
David,
about 2.5
let's
overall.
see, since you made a face.
All right, as the resident and unashamed meat eater here, I can say that this burger tastes exactly the way that other meat eaters expect every vegetarian food to taste.
Yes.
It was not good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. If you are a meat eater and this is your first and only option,
It
to
will be your last.
yes, and you
Make
will,
a salad.
and you will talk crap about us. Oh no, you're
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair. I get it. That's fair.
I gave the smell beforehand a 3 because it smelled kind of like a salad, and I like salad. When it was cooked, it smelled, I don't even know, but I gave that a 2. Then I gave it a 1 for taste, a -1 for aftertaste,
Woo!
and a 1 for texture. So this is the clear loser. I pray, because I don't want to get anything worse than this.
But wait,
There's more. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, man.
Wow. This is our least favorite round. All right. Let's
All right,
move on
move on.
to Beyond Meat Burger, the one that you can get pretty much everywhere. Like if it's a restaurant and they have a vegan burger, it's most likely a Beyond Meat. It's just more easily available. David is not a big fan of Beyond Meat, so
I'll take that one then too.
yeah, he's
Smaller
really
one.
dreading
It's on
it.
the thing here.
I've kind of had used to it. There's a one of my favorite pizza places has like a vegan.
What the crap? Sorry.
They have a vegan like meat lovers pizza.
Or
And they use
smells
Beyond, which
sweet.
is
Like peanuts. It smells like peanuts.
Yeah.
That was peanuts, just in case. That did not come out right since I had something in my mouth.
explicit content. We're fine. I checked the box. We're good.
Okay, good. Just didn't, well, I didn't want anyone to think that's what it smelled like either, though.
I mean, you know, I'm judging about it. And I haven't reviewed like after they're cooked. They all look like they're cooked pretty well, so the timing was right on all of these.
yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing, none of these looked undercooked. So
That is very true. Oh man. Okay. It's so much better on a bun.
Mm-hmm.
Come eat
it
it.
says you. I get this one to try.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think it's better by itself. I tend to like
This is all they
Beyond a little
garbage,
better.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
tend to like Beyond better when it's when it's like accompanied with things. Like on a pizza, it's really good. I have no problem with on pizza. And I did have my stomach because so I'm way in the background of the whole thing. I usually have a problem with it because it basically gave me a stomach ache, made me nauseous.
Right.
And I think a lot of people, and I've had other people say the same thing. And a lot of people think it's because it's like very heavy in like coconut oil. There's a lot of like really heavy oils in it. If you're not used to it, like I don't really cook with oil, so I have a little more with purple carrot. But so I'm not used to having a lot of added oils in my diet, so that's probably why it would bother me. But I've kind of gotten a little more used to it. Again, there's a pizza place that they have it now. They do like
You give a shout out, Peace, Love, and Pizza.
Peace, Love, Pizza.
I knew that's what
absolutely
you were saying because I got that.
Pizza. And they're not everywhere. I think they're only in Georgia, but
Yes.
they need to expand everywhere because they're amazing.
They have such good vegan food and non-vegan food too. So
Right, and but they use this. They do the grounds up, which is really nice. A really good one. We've had it. Super good. But it's really good pizzas. But anyway, sorry.
all right, I'll go first.
Nobody
again.
bothers me. I'm not bothering as much as you do.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, my overall is a little bit higher on this tray than the other ones. I'm giving it an overall 3. It is the worst smelling before smell on the planet. It is straight up cat food, no question. If you go by just the initial smell when you open the package, you're not going to eat them. So my tip is always, if you're going to cook them on a grill, open them outside and just like try not to take a huge whiff because it will change your opinion if you smell it beforehand.
And do not cook them indoors either.
No.
On the grill because it will make your house smell like.
Yes. So the initial smell is a 1 for me. I never even thought about doing a -1 because that would have been great. I really should have. The smell gets a little bit better when you cook it for me. I think it's probably like closer to a 3. The texture is a 2 for me. It's very nutty, grainy. There's like I don't know, it feels almost like the texture of a black bean vegetable burger. Like it's got like a weird texture to it to me for some reason. The taste, I give it a 3. The aftertaste, I give it a 3. So on a bun, it's like a 3.5, so it's a little bit better. So I'm gonna say like overall like a 3. That's what I'm gonna go with. I want to know what you're gonna do here. Did you really?
Yes.
Yeah!
I gave the smell before is a 1 because
we never agree on stuff.
the smell is 1. It smells like when I feed my cats at night.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, that's gross, and that's I think that's what I said when I smelled the brown burger pre-cooked was this thing can burn in hell. The smell after was a 3 because it just kind of got better and actually killed the whole smell, which is nice.
Yeah.
Though they changed the recipe of it about a year or so ago. That may have helped with that process. Texture was a 3. It just like has like a cheap burger kind of texture to it. Just kind of crumbly and not that great. Taste is a 3. I've tasted 3. It's kind of just down the middle. On the bun's a 2. I think it tastes worse on the bun.
Interesting.
I was a 1 for the smell beforehand. That was cat food. It was a 3 after. It smelled like peanuts. It tasted like peanuts.
I love how your taste buds know specifically.
It tasted like it was a very nutty, and I don't know if it has whole pieces of soybean in it. Maybe that was giving it that. So I give it a 3.5 for the taste. The aftertaste I give it a 4 because it didn't get worse. It still didn't.
Right, yeah.
And for the texture, it was a 2.5 because it felt like it had pieces of the nuts or beans or stuff in it. And some of them got crunchy and some of them didn't. So the ones on the outside were like a crunchy nut and the ones on the inside were a mushy nut that did not...
Mushy nut!
Mushy nut!
Mushy nut burgers, alright.
So I gave it averaged to a 3.
Okay.
Okay, I know.
And the initial smell was impressively bad, but it did get better once it was cooked. Although it did smell sweet to me, maybe nutty, but kind of sweet. The taste, I gave it a 3 because I've made burgers worse than this.
You've just tried burgers worse than this,
so it's tolerable, but it's not something that you should try to get your non-vegan friends to come over and enjoy without a whole lot of alcohol first. And as far as the texture goes, the texture didn't actually bother me because my mom always made hamburgers with pieces of bread inside them that would never quite meld in there. And so you'd always have kind of a soft nut taste, I guess, or feel. And so it tasted or
So basically,
felt like
your mom was just serving you meatloaf on a bun.
Basically.
Yes.
I just did like a gym to the camera. I was like,
I know, me too. And then I thought she didn't have enough hamburger meat one
She was trying to make
time.
it stretch.
She's trying to make it stretch, so she added some bread to it. It just became a thing. That's what I thought.
That's probably
That's
right.
probably what it is.
we're doing sliders.
Well, that was my last one because the rest of them had gluten.
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
We're gonna average out, so just go out the same.
Yes, and I will say that so far, if your non-vegan friends are coming over, the Impossible Burger is the way to go, or Light Life, and that's so far. We'll go there.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you in the next round.
I would say Impossible was my favorite.
Yes.
Light Life was one. The smell afterwards was a little bit less, and that was the only difference as
Okay.
far as my numbers went.
That's a great way of putting it. Too.
Yep.
All right.
Yay.
Cool. We'll see you on the next one.
Okay.